Have you ever wondered why it's so hard for so many people to get ahead in their financial journey? For whatever reason, most people just aren't ever able to figure it out. Well, I submit to you that one of the main reasons why most people never get ahead in their finances is because they are their only income producing asset. Guys, it's Rick Pino here from Get Wisdom. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down how you can escape the trap of becoming your only income producing asset and how you can begin to build multiple income producing assets through the form of digital products. We're going to be talking about it all today in the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel right now if you want to continue to see more content like this from me. Let's get into it. Well, guys, listen, before we jump into the training here, make sure to check out my upcoming 5-day live virtual event called Create and Sell Digital Products. I'm going to be breaking down for you the step-by-step system that my student Austin and Kel just used to make $13,500 in less than 10 days. My student Makoa just used my same exact system to do over $32,000 in one single month. I'm going to be showing you exactly how they did it, how you can do it as well. Click the link down below this video and join me as a VIP. VIP is the best because not only do you get to get all of the daily general trainings, but you're also going to be able to get bonus trainings with me, private coaching every single day where you can ask your questions live. It is one of the most incredible events you will ever be a part of, and it's extremely affordable. We've made it insanely affordable. Click the link down below, check it out, okay? So guys, let's talk about it, okay? So when I was first starting out in my wealth building journey, there was one thing that I just could not figure out, and maybe you are in the same exact boat. How in the world do some people, it just clicks for them and they have such an easy time to just get ahead, make money? I remember when I was first starting out in my wealth building journey, I was probably in my early 20s at this point, and I was just trying to figure this money thing out, and I was so confused. And I was like, golly, man, I was at the time I was working as a valet car parker. And I was like trying to save up enough money to marry my girlfriend, who's now my wife, but she was my girlfriend at the time, like just trying to save up all this money. I was like, how in the world is this all happening? And I will never forget, I went into Walmart to go get some groceries. And there was a Walmart worker there, and this was so embarrassing. I went to go get some groceries and my card declined. And I was like, what the heck? I didn't even have enough money to like pay for my groceries. And I was so confused, like, what the heck? I thought I had the money. So I was like pretty embarrassed. You know, I'm like a young 20-year-old, 21. And I was like, what is happening? Oh my gosh. And it was the kindest dude. I don't know his name to this day. This was the only interaction I ever had with him. And I was like so embarrassed. And this Walmart worker comes over and he's like, hey, man, don't worry about it. It was like probably like $150 or something like that. He's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. I got you. I was like, no, bro, no, you can't. No, man, it's okay. Like, it's okay. And he's like, no, man, I want to bless you. And I was like, wow, thank you, man. Are you sure? He's like, absolutely, dude. And so he paid for my groceries. And I was like, thank you so much. This is like so insane. And then he began to encourage me. He said, listen, all of us, we've all been. Now, he was a worker at Walmart, okay? But what I'm about to tell you next is like mind-blowing. He said, listen, we've all been there before. We've all struggled. We've all, had times where we go to pay for something. Maybe our card declines. He says, I completely understand. But he says, I want to encourage you with something. I was like, okay. And he said, do you mind if I show you something? I was like, sure. And he opens up his bank account statement and he shows me on there, and I'll never forget, he shows me his bank account. And that month he had made $42,000. This Walmart worker. And I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, isn't that crazy? I was like, yes. How in the world I said, I'm not trying to be weird, but how in the world did you make $40,000 working at Walmart? And then he goes on to tell me, he says, actually, I just work here at Walmart because I enjoy helping people. I enjoy serving. He said, this income right here came from my assets. And I said, assets? What's that? And then he began to explain to me what an asset was. But I'll never forget, like, it was crazy because at that point, it was like the biggest number I had ever seen in a bank account. Like, oh my gosh, this guy made $42,000 this month. What is happening? He just paid for my groceries. He doesn't have to work at Walmart. He's just working here because he's like bored, right? And I was like, assets, what is going on, right? So here's what I began to learn. Okay, as a young 20-year-old who is broke, who is struggling, maybe you're broke, maybe you're struggling, maybe you're trying to make ends meet right now and you're like, what is happening? I want to break down some game for you today in this training, okay? Because like I said earlier, one of the main reasons why so many people stay broke, they stay lacking, they stay in scarcity mode, and they never get to where they desire to be in their financial journey is because they are their only income producing asset. What does that mean? Come with me here to the board. We're going to talk about it, okay? So check this out here, okay? You guys might hear me talk about this from time to time, okay? But here's what most people do. This is a clock, okay? The way that most people make money is they trade their time and their effort for dollars, okay? You might have heard me talk about this before, oops, but pay attention, okay? I just dropped my little pen here, but I got another one. Here's what most people do, okay? Most people get into this really terrible infinite cycle of the only way that I make money is by trading my time and my effort. And unfortunately, when your time and your effort are the only ways that you can make money, then unfortunately, my friend, I hate to say it, but you are on the slowest, hardest path to wealth creation. Why? Because of this. Check this out, okay? When you take something, okay, that is limited, like your time, okay? Time, and we're just going to put up here because this is limited. When you take something like time, which is limited, and you times it by effort, which is also limited, okay? When you say, okay, here's how I can make money with my time and my effort. When you times a limited thing by a limited thing, why do most people think that when I times something limited by something limited, that I'm going to get an unlimited result, right? Like this doesn't make any sense. Like when you connect your earning potential to something limited like time and effort, guess what also is now limited? Your earning potential, right? So what do we need to do? We need to learn how to begin to generate assets, because here's a secret of the wealthy I want to just submit to you right now, okay? In fact, if you're taking notes, okay, or if you're not taking notes, you're just watching right now, drop this down in the comments. So just, you need to write this down either by hand or just make a note of it so it sticks with you, okay? I'm going to give you a secret of the wealthy that's going to unlock everything for you, okay? The wealthy know this: income follows assets, okay? Income follows assets. In fact, drop it down in the comments. Say income follows assets, okay? So what is an asset? An asset is an investment that you make that begins to make you more money than it costs you, okay? A liability is a purchase that you make that costs you money, okay? And what most people do is they take their limited time, they take their limited time and they take their limited effort, okay? And they times those together, and now their earning potential is also limited, okay? And here's what happens. This right here is their only income producing asset. Now here's what I want to submit to you. I'm not trying to get you afraid or scared, but this is the reality of it, okay? When you are your only income producing asset, when your time and your effort are your only income producing assets, unfortunately, you were only one emergency away from going broke, right? You're one tire blowout away from, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? You are one, and God forbid any of this stuff happens, but this is just the reality of it. You are one bad quarter at the company away from them bringing you into the office and going, hey, look, John, look, Rebecca, we love you. You're an amazing employee, but unfortunately, the company just needs to make some cuts. I know you've been here for 20 years. We love you, but we're just going to have to make some cuts. Unfortunately, we're going to have to let you go. What? Here's something that you need to understand about income, okay? Again, if you're taking notes, write this down, or if you're just watching, drop it in the comments so you remember this, okay? I want to submit it to you like this. One stream of income is too close to 0 streams of income. If you are your only income producing asset, you only have one way to make one stream of income, right? You have a limited time, a limited effort, therefore your earning potential is limited, and you are one emergency away, one tire blowout away, one bad day at work, you got laid off, you're only one situation away from, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna make money? What are we gonna do? You're only one calamity away. Okay, that's if you only have one stream of income, because you are your only income producing asset. But I want to encourage you, you've got to learn how to begin to build multiple income producing assets, because when you begin to build multiple income producing assets, something powerful begins to happen. You can begin to leverage something that is unlimited, aka your creativity, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, okay? If you connect your earning potential to something that is limited, then your earning potential will now be limited. However, if you take something that is unlimited, like creativity, and you connect your earning potential to your creativity, guess what else becomes unlimited? Your earning potential. Are you catching it now? If you're catching it, let me know in the comments. Say, I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, come with me back here to the board, okay? First of all, we need to get you out of the trap of I can only make money by trading my time and my effort for dollars, okay? So what we need to do is we need to take your creativity, okay? Your creativity, how many of you know that the first thing that God told us about himself, yes, he's a father, he's a healer, he's all these amazing things. But the very first thing that God told us about himself in Genesis chapter 1, like within the first 5 words of the Bible, God told us this about himself. And how many of you know that the first time you're meeting somebody, hello, one of the first things you tell people about yourself, it's going to be really important, right? It's like, yo, I want you to know this about me right off the bat. And what's one of the first things that God told us about himself? He said, in the beginning, God created. So we know that God is a creator. It was the very first thing that he told us about himself. God said, guys, I am a creator. Now here's the cool part, okay? God the creator created us to be creative. So guess what? That same image, you have been created in God's image, okay? You're created in his likeness. God's creativity is limitless. And therefore, if God's creativity is limitless and we are created in that image, guess what else is limitless? Your creativity. It's also unlimited. So when you begin to connect your earning potential to your creativity, okay? Creativity is unlimited, and so whenever you do the same formula, okay, you go, okay, I'm going to use my creativity to make money, then your earning potential now becomes unlimited, okay? Now you might be sitting here going, okay, Rick, I'm kind of getting this, like, how do I connect my creativity to my earning potential? Because maybe right now you're in the 9 to 5. Maybe right now you're even doing pretty decent. Maybe you're making like, 6 figures at your job and you're like, it's cool, but like, we have enough, but we're not able to do all that's in our heart to do. We're not able to give the way that we desire to give. We're not able to go wherever we want to go, whenever we want to go, with whoever we want to go with. I'm not able to do that. Maybe you're like, I'm just good enough. I'm just not in the surplus the way I'd like to be. Then guess what? You need to start learning how to create income producing assets. Warren Buffett said it like this, okay? Warren Buffett, the billionaire, he said, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, then you will work until you die. I don't know about you, but the average lifespan of a male Okay, now in 2024, when this video is being shot, the average lifespan of a male is only 74 to 76 years old. Now, I don't know about you, but you know, our parents would work until they were like 63, 65 and then retire. But that was off of an old system, off of an old economy, right? With old interest rates. Like there's inflation now, there's all kinds of crazy bills. Like the economy is not anywhere where it used to be. Like back in our grandparents' day, you could work at the steel mill and make whatever, $8,000 a year back in 1930. And on $8,000 a year, you could have a wife, you know, 2, 3, 4 kids, buy a white picket fence house, and save and invest a little bit. And by the time you were 60, you were a millionaire, right? Because the interest rates back then, just even on a savings account, were so high, right? It's just like, well, cool, we made it, right? Like they could buy that house for like $3,000. Like you can look this up. Like you could buy a house for $3,500, right? Like, well, I'm chilling, right? That's not how it is today. Right? So if you want to be one of those ones who work until you die, like, well, maybe one day if I work hard enough and save hard enough, maybe I can retire. Guys, retirement's not coming at 60 or 63 or 65 for this generation, those who are stuck in the 9 to 5. Retirement, even if it exists for them in their future, isn't coming to like 70, 75. I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to work all the way to the very end of my life just so I can have maybe one good year to just chill out and enjoy the fruits of my labor, right? So what we need to do is we need to make sure and ensure that we are not our only income producing asset. We need to learn how to begin to build digital products. Okay, what are digital products? Digital products are educational resources like courses, ebooks, online mentorships, okay? Membership sites. They're info products. They're products that you can take your creativity, okay? You can take the thing that you have experience, passion, knowledge, something that maybe comes easy to you and not so easy to others, okay? And you can turn it into an educational resource like an ebook, a course, a mentorship, whatever. You do the work one time to build that resource. And then when you put it out there, a lot of people are like, wow, I would love to learn how to do whatever the thing is that you're passionate or that you have experience doing. I would love to learn how to do that. Please take my money. I would love to purchase your whatever course, your ebook, your mentorship, blah, blah, blah. Now you might be sitting here going like, well, what would people buy from me? And I don't even know what my niche is. Stop believing in your limitations because your limitations don't believe in you. Okay? All of these limiting beliefs like, well, no one would want to buy anything from me. I have students right now, sourdough bread. Okay? I have a lady who's like, she's a sourdough bread guru and she makes thousands of dollars just showing people her different sourdough bread techniques and how to get the starter going and blah, blah, blah. I have students who are, you know, they've been a car salesman for 30 years. Like, well, who would want to buy something from me? They've created courses on sales. They've created courses and info products on here's how to get started in the car sales industry, and they're making thousands of dollars every month. I have students who are stay-at-home moms who teach people how to get their kids started with homeschooling. I have students who show people how to flip sneakers on the internet. Like I have students who are baristas that have like latte art trainings, right? It's like, well, who would want to buy anything? People would love to learn from you, okay? And when you begin to take the knowledge, experience, expertise that you already have, use your creativity to build these info products, these digital products, every single digital product can become an income producing asset for you. Check this out. Let's come with me to the board, okay? If you're getting this, drop some fire emojis down in the comments. If you're getting fired up, you're like, okay, I'm starting to see it here. Watch this, okay? Let's just do some simple math, okay? Let's say you have a course, okay? And let's say you sell this course for, I don't know, $500. A lot of courses go for, you know, $100, $500, $1,000. I've seen courses for $3,000 or $5,000, but let's just say your course is $500. And before you try to empower a disempowering belief that says like, who would pay me $500 for my course? Stop. There's thousands and thousands of people who would love to pay you at least $500 for your knowledge to learn how to do the thing that comes easy for you and maybe harder for them. Okay, there's tons of them out there who would love to pay you. But watch this. Let's say you have a course, okay? And let's just say you sell one of these every other day. Like not even every day. Let's just say you sell one course every other day. Well, guess what? This could potentially become $7,500 per month. Like, I don't know about you, but that's looking pretty good. That's better than going to the 9 to 5. That's better than staying in traffic, right? That's better than like, man, I need to make some extra money. Maybe I'm going to pick up an extra shift and make an extra couple $100. Are you kidding me? If you want to make an extra couple $100, just go sell one extra course. Like, you could totally do this. Man, I would love to do something nice for the kids this Christmas. What if we blew it out and we could do, $500 for both kids at Christmas? I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out there. All you would need to do in this case is go sell 2 courses. Like let's break it down even like before we take it into the stratosphere, okay? What's your car note? Your car note, what, around $500? Could you sell 1 course per month just to cover your car note? Like, would that bring a little bit of financial freedom and time freedom? A little less stress on you? Like, you could sell 1 course per month. That's 1 every 30 days. Anyone could do that, right? What's your rent? What's your mortgage, right? Do you pay $2,000, $3,000 per month, $4,000 per month, like depending on where you live, right? Like, could you sell I don't know, could you maybe sell 5 courses a month to pay your mortgage? Of course you could. Of course you could. Right? Like, is this starting to make sense? But here's the most mind-blowing part about this, okay? Because when you now connect your creativity to your earning potential, remember, your creativity is unlimited. So all that I'm talking about right now, it's only if you only had 1 digital product, okay? If you had 1 digital product that sold for $500 and you only sold one every other day, that digital product could potentially make $7,500 per month. But what if you had 2 digital products? What if you had 2 digital products that they both sold about 1 every other day? $15K a month. Like, would that be life-changing for anybody? Like, drop some fire emojis in the comments or let me know, man, that would be life-changing for me, yes. What if you had 5 digital products? What if you had 10 digital products? Like, I'm telling you this right now. Like, when you begin to create assets, okay, every digital product that you begin to create becomes another income producing asset for you. And I'm telling you, friend, right now, like, it can get to the point where even with 1 or 2 or 3 digital products, you can literally quit your job. You can literally fire your boss and be like, I'm good. I'm already making $10K a month with 2 digital products. This is absolutely possible. How do I know this? Because I have hundreds and even thousands of students who are doing this right now. Like, it's happening right now. Well, who would want to buy from me? I already have tons of students. Like, chances are, whatever the thing is that you're considering, like, well, I'm only good at, no, that's your secret sauce. Well, man, all I know, I have a student who's a seamstress. Like, I'm only good at sewing. Like, my seamstress student makes thousands of dollars, like, showing people, here's the cool, I don't even know how it works. Like, here's the cool threads, here's the cool needles, here's how to do the designs, here's the stitching patterns. Like, it's incredible. Like, a seamstress, what? It's not my student, but I know a guy who teaches people how to do digital products. His student teaches people, you're not gonna believe this, his student teaches people how to do handstands. What? And crazy part is, the handstand student makes like $2 million a year selling their digital products. 2 million. Like, think about this. Okay, another crazy story for you here. Last year, my son's birthday, he was about to turn 9. I said, hey, buddy, what do you want for your birthday? And he goes, Dad, I would love to go bass fishing, and I would love to catch a big bass. And I'm like, awesome, bro, let's do it. Now, I don't know about you, but I know I look like I'm a bass pro, fisherman, but I'm not, right? Like, I've been fishing a bunch of times, but I'm not like a pro fisherman. But it's like, man, this is my son's birthday, man. I want to make sure that we go to the best place. There's plenty of fish, and he catches at least one big one, right? And lo and behold, I'm like, okay, cool, buddy. I'm going to make it happen for you. So I start going online. I'm searching for like, what bait do I use? What hooks? Like, where is there good bass fishing around me? Like, I'm just starting to do my research. And I have the bright idea. I wonder if somebody has a course on this. And so I search, like, think about this. Like 5 minutes before this, I had no clue I was going to do this. And I started going, okay, maybe somebody has a course. So I search bass fishing course. And I'm telling you this, when I hit enter, like tons of bass fishing courses popped up. And I was like, this is amazing. And I went through a couple of them, did some research, and I paid some random person a couple $1,000s for their bass fishing course. Like, I still have the bass fishing course probably somewhere logged in my phone, right? Like, it's absolutely insane. But here's the craziest part about that. The story itself is not the crazy part. The crazy part is actually for the person who created that course. It was nighttime, right? And depending on where they lived, they literally made thousands of dollars in their sleep or getting ready for bed, just because me, some random Joe Schmo on the internet, was like, I wonder if there's a bass fishing course. Of course there is. And whatever your thing is, people are searching for your thing. The way that you can help people using your creativity, like connecting your creativity to your earning potential instead of your time and your effort, so that you no longer have to be your only income producing asset. This is possible, my friend. This is absolutely possible for you. You can do this. I've done it. My students are doing it. I know you can do this as well. Okay. So think about this. Like, man, if this doesn't excite you, I don't know what would, right? And this isn't even counting, like, we could play with the numbers here a little bit. Maybe your course is like pretty extensive, and you're like, you know what? I want to sell my course for $1,000. Oh my gosh. Well, now if you only sell one every other day, that one digital product could potentially be $15,000 a month. But again, what if you had 2 digital products? What if you had 3? What if you had 5? What if you had 10? Now you are beginning to stack income producing assets. And friends, I'm telling you this right now, income follows assets. Income follows assets. You and your effort and your time cannot be your only income producing asset, because if that is the case for you, you're on the hardest, slowest way to wealth. Okay? But I'm telling you this right now, if you grab hold of what I'm about to show you next, everything can change for you, okay? Check this out. So what do we do in order to get started to begin to build income producing assets, okay? How to build digital products, or AKA income producing assets. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, it's very simple. There's 3 steps. Number 1, are you ready for the 3 steps? If you're ready, let me know down in the comments. Say, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Okay, here are the 3 steps. Number 1, you must get clear on who you desire to serve. Can I tell you this? If you're writing notes, write this down. Clarity is the secret sauce, okay? Clarity is the secret sauce. If you are not clear on who you help and how you help them, it's going to be unclear for them to want to do business with you, right? Like just this morning, I was talking with a very good friend of mine, and I asked them, so what are you up to? And this friend talks themselves into a gigantic drunkalogue, right? I call it a drunkalogue, right? Like, well, it's kind of this and over there, and then one day this, and it's really cool. And I'm like, what do you do? Like, who do you help? And they still couldn't tell me. And it's no wonder why that person is not making any money, because they are not clear. And because they are not clear on who they help and how they help them, it is not clear for their clients to be able to work with them. So listen, if you want to start making the money that you desire and that you deserve to make, you need to get very, very clear. Here's a hint. Here's a hint. Okay? If you're like, I don't know who I would serve, I don't know how I'd help them. This is the easiest way to figure this out. Okay? What you want to do is you want to choose to serve people who are right now where you once were 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Okay? Think about this. Whatever you went through that was hard, or man, this was so tough and I can't believe I made it. And now you're on this side of the process. You made it, right? And don't you think you learned a thing or two? You're like, man, if I could go back and tell my older self, man, whatever you do, don't do this. And make sure that you absolutely have to do this. Well, that's who you should serve. There are people right now going through things that you've already been through who would love to learn from you the same way that you probably wished you could have connected with somebody like, man, this is so tough. This is so hard. What am I going to do? What if somebody was just like, yo, I can help you here. And in fact, all you got to do, I have a whole entire course on how to get through the thing that you're going through even faster, or how to figure out the thing that you're trying to figure out even faster. I'm telling you this right now. You would have paid the $100, the $500, the $1,000, the $2,000, the $5,000, whatever. You would have paid them to speed up the process. And the same way that you would have done it, they will do it for you as well. But you can't have any of that until you get clear. So make sure you are clear on who you serve and how you serve them. Step number 2, okay? You want to come up with an obvious solution. Obvious solution to the market's obvious problem. Now here's the thing, every market, okay, every niche, every market, all of them have multiple problems, okay? But my suggestion to you is don't try to go solve the smallest problem of the market. Like, you know, if you're in whatever healthcare, you don't want to go after, like, I specialize in people who have very, very minimal pain in their pinky toe, right? Like, I'm sure some people have some pain in their pinky toes, okay? I'm sure some people are like, ow, my pinky toe hurts. But here's the punchline, okay? If you were to, again, let's take that same, you know, health and wellness space. If you were to specialize in, we cure cancer, right? Or I'm just throwing random things out there. If there was a cure for cancer or whatever, you know, like, I am a heart surgeon, I'm a brain surgeon, okay? The bigger the problem you can solve, the more people will pay you, okay? Like, who's going to get paid more? The person who has, like, well, my pinky toe kind of bothered me like 3 weeks ago randomly, and I guess it still feels weird. Are they going to be paying thousands to the person? Or is the person like, I would love to make sure that my brain surgery goes well. I will gladly pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Please make sure I'm good, right? Obviously. So, and listen, you might be sitting here going, well, like, I'm not a brain surgeon. Again, stop empowering your limiting beliefs, okay? I'm not saying you have to be a brain surgeon. I'm saying you need to do some think work, okay? Now that you're getting clear on who you serve and how you serve them, I want you to begin to look at the niche. Okay, what problem did I really, really go through when I was going through those things that I wish I could have had a solution for then, that I didn't know the solution then, but I do know now, right? Is it a big enough problem where people are like, dude, I would love to pay you for this thing, right? Like, what if you can give them 5 simple steps? Like, hey, if you're going through XYZ and you want to get to, you know, from A to B very quick, all you got to do is this, 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 and this. Like, if people are like, oh my gosh, that's all I need to do. Yep. And if you want to learn it, all you got to do is pay my $100, my $500, my 1,000, my blah, blah, blah for my digital product. I'll send it over to you. Take my money now, please. Dear Lord, please take my money and help me, right? So you want to go after big problems, because how many of y'all know small problems, they pay small. Big problems, they pay big, okay? So number one, get clear on who you like to serve. Number two, come up with an obvious solution to your market's obvious problem. And then number three, watch this. We're gonna wrap with this one, okay? Number three, serve your people by selling them serve the people by selling them the digital product that you create. Okay? So for instance, let's say you are a coach. Maybe you're a basketball coach, okay? And you're really, really good at whatever, hand-eye coordination. I'm just making all this up, okay? And you have a real cool special technique that everyone that you've ever helped, they just absolutely rapidly accelerate, okay? Whenever you show them this technique, they're like, thank you, this is amazing. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm going to help people in the basketball niche who have problems with hand-eye coordination and their kid or they themselves really struggle with this, I'm going to create a course, or I'm going to create an ebook, or I'm going to create a digital product that shows my specific way on how to do this thing. And then I'm going to put this out there. Hey, if you want more information, if you'd like to be helped with your hand-eye coordination, just pay the $500. You can buy my course. Boom. Like, that's step three. You're going to serve your people by selling them the digital product that you create, okay? Like, I'm telling you this right now. The only reason why anyone anywhere has any money is because somebody somewhere sold something for a profit. So if you're like, I'm not really a salesperson, like, I think sales are slimy, you have limiting beliefs. You need to break these limiting beliefs off, because I'm telling you this right now. There are tons and tons and tons of businesses who sell to you every single day, and you don't have any feeling of sliminess about it at all. Why? Because of step number two. Those businesses have an obvious solution to your obvious problem, right? The clothes on your body, right? You're not like, oh man, like I have to buy clothes. I'd rather walk around with, no clothes on at all. Like, no, you're like, I am going to Target and I'm buying clothes or whatever it is, right? Wherever you shop. And you're not going like, oh man, this place is a ripoff. I can't believe they're trying to sell me clothes. What? No, you have a problem. You don't want to walk around with no clothes. And so these clothing shops, they sell you clothes. And guess what? You're happy about it. Like, we're all happy that not all of us are walking around, with no clothes on, right? It's better for everybody. So what's the point I'm trying to make here, okay? Get over this idea that like selling is bad. No. Selling is good, because selling is serving. Okay, so if you want to break out of this cycle that you and your time and your effort are your only income producing assets, if you want to make sure that you are not found like caught in one calamity away, one emergency away from like, I only have one stream of income. One stream of income is too close to zero streams of income. Okay, you've got to learn how to create and sell your own digital products so that now your earning potential can get connected to something unlimited, your creativity that God put in you. And that way you can begin to stack your digital products that all have the potential to make you thousands and thousands each. Each individual of them have the potential to make you thousands and thousands and thousands individually every single month. Now listen, I know if you've made it this far through the video, you've already heard me talk about, we have the upcoming live 5-day virtual training where I'm going to show you exactly everything you need to know on how to create and sell your own digital products. Do yourself a favor, click the link down below, join me as a VIP. You will not regret this. It's going to be the most mind-blowing training. Literally, this could be the absolute game changer for you and the rest of your life. but we'll never know if you don't sign up, okay? My team and I, we're here ready to help you, to serve you, to champion you, to encourage you. If you got this much value out of a free video, imagine what it's gonna be like to spend 5 days with me, especially as a VIP. Click that link down below. Come and join me because that training's coming up right around the corner. Thank you guys and gals so much for joining me in this video. Don't be your only income producing asset, man. Learn how to build multiple assets that can create you money because guess what? Income follows assets. We'll see you in the next training.